What is your name?
Geraldine Salong-Songan.
Are you married or single?
Single, sir.
Your age?
23.
Your height and your weight?
My height is 4'11", and my weight is 40 kilograms.
How many in your family? The number of siblings in your family?
We are 6 siblings in the family.
6. So you are in the middle.
Yes.
Okay. Did you get the consent of your parents to come here to work?
Yes, sir.
From who? Your mother or your father or what?
Sir?
You got the consent from who? Do you get the consent from your parents, like your mother and your father?
My father and my mother.
Okay. What is your educational level? Your
Sir?
education?
High school graduate, sir.
High school. How many years high school?
4 years, sir.
Did you ever gone to college or anything like that?
Not yet, sir.
No, okay, your experience. What experience do you have in your working life?
I've been working to merchandise before and small school supplies as a sales lady. And now I'm still working as a supermarket merchandiser.
What is your job there? As a merchandiser, what is your job?
Yes, sir. Refilling in the supermarket, groceries.
Groceries. Okay.
Yes.
Can you just describe your job? Just give me a short description of the job as a working in the groceries.
Sir?
I mean, just give me a short description of your job scope. Are you the one to do the display or price tagging or anything like that?
Yes, sir. And maintaining the expiration date of some
Products.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever do any housework before or any experience doing housework?
I've been worked before as a babysitter.
Babysitter for how long?
For 2 years.
You have been working as babysitter for 2 years.
Yes, here in Philippines.
And what was your job as a babysitter?
Taking care of a baby.
Yeah, I know, taking care of a baby. What I mean is that,
Yes.
what do you do in your job?
Sir?
What do you
Sorry?
do in your job? I mean, taking care of baby, of course. As babysitter, the job has to take care of a baby, But what is your job? Like bathing the baby, changing the diaper, feeding a baby.
Yes.
Is it something like that? Do you know how to change the diaper?
Yes, sir, I am.
You can, and bathe the baby. Do you know?
I can take a bath of baby.
Oh, you can. I see. And what other job did you do for the baby? What about feeding the baby, making milk? How anyway?
Yes, sir,
What is the age of the baby?
Sir?
What is the age of the baby? How old is the baby?
1 year old, sir.
4-year-old. Oh, it's no more a baby, it's a child. Okay, just remember, a baby, that means before 1 year, normally you call a baby. Once the baby knows how to walk and run and talk, you're called a child. So 4 years old is a child. So you have experience.
No, sir. I mean, sir, 1 year old.
1 year old. Okay,
Yes, sir.
It's in between a child and a baby, 1 year old. Okay, that means you still need to maybe feed him or her, bathe, and probably change diaper. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But do you love children?
Yes, of course.
I see. What about looking after elderly people?
Sir?
What about looking after elderly people? Do you have any experience looking after elderly people?
Sir? I can hear you clearly.
Do you have any experience looking after elderly people? What I mean is that like these old people, infirm, cannot walk, or they are weak, you need to help them, maybe feed them, or maybe bathe them. Have you got any experience?
Sir, wait for... Oh, wait. I can't hear you clearly, sir.
Do you have any experience looking after elderly people, people who are weak, infirm, maybe cannot walk? So you will have to look after them, help them, feed them. Do you have any
Yes.
experience?
Yes, sir.
Where? Experience in where?
Wait.
No, if you have, you tell me have. You don't have, you just tell me don't have, you see. Don't just say yes, 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 huh? Did you hear my question properly or not just now? Do you know what is elderly
sorry,
people? Do you know what is elderly people? People who are old, maybe 70, 80 or even 90 years old, whereby they are weak, they cannot walk, you need to help them. Have you any experience looking after them?
No, sir, no.
No, okay. When you are not sure, you ask me again. Huh? Don't just simply say yes. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say I have got an employer who wants to employ somebody mostly to work in the office. So do you think you can do the job in the office? The job is to maybe tidy up the office, clean the office. That is part of the job. The other part is to help to receive telephone calls, you know, just to
Yes, sir.
and also to do some simple filing, maybe to make some drinks for the boss, or just to do some computer work. Do you know how to use computer?
Yes, sir.
What software can you use?
Sir?
You know how to use computer, and what are the softwares that you know how to use?
Basic things, sir. Only basic.
Basic like what? Facebook?
Sir?
That's all?
Yes, sir. Facebook, Twitter.
That's all. What about Microsoft Words?
Microsoft, sir.
Huh?
Microsoft.
Microsoft Words. Do you know how to use Words?
Microsoft Word.
Yeah. To type a letter, you mostly we use words, you see. Do you know how to type a letter?
Sir?
Do you know how to type a letter?
Yes, sir, of course.
Using what software?
Sir?
I'm speaking so loud, you cannot hear me. I can hear you so well. I'm asking you, if you use to type a letter, you need to use a software. What software do you use to type a letter?
I don't know, sir.
How can you don't know? You say that you know how to type a letter. Mostly we use Microsoft Words. That is called Microsoft Words. Microsoft Words is the one that we usually use to type a letter. Then what software do you use? You don't know. You just know how to type, but you don't know.
Sir, I'm willing to learn a lot of things.
Yeah, but then if you have experience, of course you have a better chance, you know, to be employed. Learning, of course, you have to learn. There are a lot of new things, but the basic thing you must know. In school, I think I can see, you know, in our country, standard 6, in 4 or 5 years, in school, the children know how to type a letter and they know how to use Microsoft Words, Excel, and some even know how to use Adobe Photoshop. I think all these are Greek to you. You won't know what I'm talking about, right? Do you know what is Excel?
Sir?
Do you know what is Excel?
No, sir.
Do you know what is Adobe Photoshop?
What, sir?
You don't know. How come? You all must learn all these things, you see. These are some of the very basic things, you know, that you all should have learned in, not in school actually. Most of them, you know, they learn maybe from friends, or maybe from their parents. But I see that you all are not having the knowledge of all this. But okay, never mind, you can learn. But the main thing is, I want to ask you, let's say if you go office, during your free time, let's say Saturday, Sunday, there's no office, can you also work in the house?
Yes, sir, of course.
Can, like for instance, morning before they go to the office normally open at around 9:30 or 10, you see. Morning you get up maybe around 6, you help to clean the house, make some drinks,
Yes, sir.
then wash yourself, then maybe around 9 or 9:30, you just go to the office. Do you think you can do that?
Yes, sir.
Can, I see that you are a very pleasant girl, but you must be prepared to learn. Can you be prepared to learn? Are you willing to learn?
Of course, I am.
You are. Okay, let's say when you newly come here, we are not going to encourage you to have off days and go off. So, can you work without off days when you newly come here? You are tired, of course, on Sunday or whichever day you can take a rest, but we don't encourage you to go out. Can you do that?
Yes. Yes, sir. I understand.
Yeah, because I think for you to go out, I think it's a bit dangerous. You are still young and you don't know the way, you see. And then
Yes,
you will get lost. We have got experienced all this, and then it's difficult. You go to police station and whatnot, you see. So it's okay,
Yes, sir.
And what about the cell phone? You are actually allowed to bring the cell phone, but you are not allowed to use it during office hours. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Huh?
Okay, I understand. Yes, sir.
Because I don't want you to bring cell phone, then every minute you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, then I'll have a problem. You got no time to do your work, you see. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So you will have to try your very best not to abuse whatever things you bring, whether it's a cell phone or I think I've seen some of them bring an iPad actually, but don't abuse it. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you afraid of height? Actually, let's say, maybe you might be staying in a condominium. What type of house you are staying in your province? Yes, a house, is it?
Sir, I'm sorry.
Are you afraid of height? Maybe you are asked to clean a fan, you need to go up a small ladder. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Are you afraid to be left alone in the house?
Yes, sir, of course.
Can, I think you're a brave girl. Okay, the food, do you think you can get used to the food in Malaysia? Do you think you can get used to it?
Sir?
The food, kayin, okay? When you are eating, it's the food that you are going to eat here. Do you think that you can get used to it?
I don't think so, sir.
Why? No, do you know what my question is or not? What I am asking you, Philippine food and our food is almost the same. It's about, I can say 80% the same. But do you think you can get used to the food here?
Maybe.
But so far, I have not come across one housemate that has not get used to it. It's the same. Adobo is more or less the same here. And then you have the kari-kari is almost the same here. The sinigang also is almost the same here. So I think there shouldn't be any problem. Adobo actually is almost the same here, but we put potatoes, that's all. For you don't put potatoes, you see. The taste is almost the same. So the food part, I think there shouldn't be any problem. Okay? But do you think you feel homesick or not?
I don't think so, sir.
You don't think so? But if you are homesick, then what shall we do or what shall you do?
I can do anything just to make myself happy.
Okay. So the important thing is you must remember that you come here to work. And the reason,
Yes.
do you know why you get homesick? What's the reason? The reason is because you love your people. Okay, because you get homesick because you love your people. So in order to love your people, you must be able to help them. So if you get homesick, how are you going to help them? When you don't work, people are not going to pay you. You can't even help yourself. So always remember that you come here to work to help your family people. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So when you get homesick, you always try and psychic yourself up that because you love them, that's why you get homesick and you need to help them. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any question that you want to ask me?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. Okay, if I'm the employer now, I'm interviewing you, what would you want to tell me so that I will find you, suitable to employ you?
Sir, if you hired me, I will do my best just to do my duties and my responsibilities to my work.
Okay, some more? What about your what I mean is that what about your character? Are you honest, hardworking, initiative, willing to learn? Can you also Can you also tell me about that?
I'm willing to learn a lot of things because I wanna work. I wanna earn money just for my family, so I can help them. I can support my parents or my family.
Okay, what about the honesty part? Do you think you can come here, do an honest job, be honest to your employer, and
of course, I will
make sure
be
that
honest, loyal. As a employee, you can trust me. I can prove you that my employer can trust me as employee.
Okay, and what about the work part? Are you hardworking? Because I see some of them, they are so used to having no job in the house, sleep in the afternoon, but you are having a job in Philippines. I think it's not so bad. You won't have the habit of sleeping in the afternoon because you told me that you got a job. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So I think you won't have that habit because some of them, they got no job in Philippines. They will sleep in the afternoon. They come here also, they want to have the same afternoon nap, which we are not going to allow you. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Unless you are very tired, you look after baby, you look after old people, middle of the night, you need to get, yes, we allow you. But normal work, you just get up and sleep at the normal time. Like for instance, if this employer were to employ you, which if I were to give this video, I think he will employ you because you look very pleasant, and I think you can speak English well. With a bit of training, I think you should be able to help them a lot. And main thing is you must have the initiative to learn. Is that okay? Because I think you can learn. You are young. It's easy for you.
Yes, sir.
I see that you got very pleasant personality. Main thing is that you must know how to smile. Actually, the job actually is mainly is to attend to telephone calls like a receptionist, got customer or got maybe what to call this business associates coming. Then you have to serve them, make some drinks, and do some simple filing. Can you do that?
Of course, sir.
Can and of course when you are free, in the morning or maybe Saturday, I am not asking you to work, excessively. You are tired, please tell the employer, I'm tired, I'm not able to continue my work. Just be honest, because the employers that I'm getting here are all very good employers. They will definitely allow you to rest if you are tired. But just don't be lazy, that's all. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have no question for me. I think I should be able to get you an employer. And main thing is, are you mentally prepared to come to Malaysia to work? That's my main question. Are you mentally prepared?
Sir, I'm sorry.
Are you mentally prepared to come here to work?
Of course, sir. I am.
And are you sure you want to come here? You won't change your mind later on? I'll get the calling visa. Then you say, I want to go Qatar. I want to go Kuwait. Then I have a big problem here. See, then I have to cancel you. And all the payments, I think they will have to claim from you. Because why? We have to do notary public. We have to do attestation, pay the levy. and then all the processing. So I want to make sure from you now. If you are sure, then I will actually straight away give this video to my customer. And if you are selected, straight away I put in the application, and I think within a month they will ask you to go to Manila. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So are you mentally prepared and very sure of coming here to work?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am perfectly ready.
Okay. So after this, are you going back to Cavite?
Sir?
Are you going to your province after this?
Into Cavite, sir.
I see. You're going back. But okay, I'll try to get a.